Welcome to Inside the Nest. I'm here with head football coach Chuck Litters. Coach, you're coming off a tough loss against SBU on Saturday. Team scored 13 unanswered to finish the game 30-32. What do you like out of this weekend's performance?
You know, from the perspective of the game, I like the no-quit attitude from our guys, Gray, and you were there and you saw it on the sideline, and we had to come from behind to try and win the ball game, and I take my hat off to our football team and the players on the team for sticking with it, because we went through a bad spot right there just before half, and it could have really got away from us, but I love their no-quit attitude.
That's great.
Yeah.
Coach, you've talked a lot about wanting to get the run game going. On Saturday, Brad D had career high 122 yards and 2 touchdowns. What was different for him as well as for the offense?
Well, that significantly changed the way we could manage the football game with Brad carrying the ball, and of course everybody knows if you can run the football, it really sets up your passing game and so on and so forth, and allows you to manage the game, manage the field position and so on and so forth. And I was really happy for Bradley. He did a tremendous job. The offensive line did a great job blocking for him, and then the things that we could do off of that, it opened up the tight end down the middle of the field, and some of those isolation routes that we did to get vertical and got us back in the ball game. So I was very pleased with our rushing game.
On the other side of the ball, defensively, Dante Colum, he picked up 2 interceptions, one of which he ran back 88 yards for the score. Tell us about his performance.
Dante is always steady, and he's a consummate football player, and as far as the secondary goes and how the secondary matches up with the fronts, he does a tremendous job. His game sense is wonderful, and I love his leadership. And as you well know, he's out front and leading all the time, whether it's practices in the game, and that's really nice to see from him too. But a really solid football player and performance out of him on Saturday.
Moving ahead to this Saturday, host McKendree here at home. Kickoff's at 1 p.m. McKendree's coming off a 300-yard rushing game. How do you look to combat their offense?
Well, McKendree is a zone read, split zone football team. They run a lot of variations of the screen game. They run the tunnel screen, spot screen, slip screen, and they use their receivers and they'll run the fade X and so on and so forth. They've got 2 very capable receivers to push the game vertically for them. So they have a very prolific offense. So, the games we've broken down on them, they score a lot of points, but they let a lot of teams score points on them too. So hopefully we can control what they do with the running game, and keep the big plays with the passing game over the top to a minimum, so that our offense can control the game, and we will look for our offense to do that, to manage not only field position but clock, and score when we get an opportunity to score, and got to keep the turnovers out. Turnovers right now are killing us. So
sounds like a plan. Cardinals are back in action this Saturday at 1 p.m. But you can get that game live on the GLVC Sports Network as they host the McKendree Bearcats. This has been Inside the Nest. I'm Gray Paholke. We'll see you next week.